TommyTopdecker back in the house once again with another reserve list special request just for you. And today's request comes from Cynthia. Cynthia has requested Cyclopean Tomb. So here we are, folks, with Cyclopean Tomb just for Cynthia. And before we get started, let me remind you all about reserve list special request. Reserve list special request is the one place that anyone from the community can request and enjoy the reserve list. So whether you have 0 reserve list cards or 1 million reserve list cards, it doesn't matter. You can make a special request to TommyTopdecker@gmail.com and I will fulfill your request. And you too can enjoy the reserve list. So no more need to player hate, no need to perpetrate, no need to hate the reserve list. Now the reserve list is yours here on TommyTopdecker's reserve list special request. So let's get started, folks. Cynthia, here's your Cyclopean Tomb. First, let's get a good picture of this artwork. Now, Cyclopean Tomb has not been a card that has seen very much play. I would say overall, I would not describe Cyclopean Tomb as a super iconic card in Magic history, just because the power level of the card is not so great. I mean, it does something kind of unique, but it has not seen so much play throughout history. There's no like classic Cyclopean Tomb deck, for example. It just doesn't exist. It's not a card that's a total powerhouse. It never has been, never will be. But the artwork on this card, I have to say the artwork is definitely one of the best pieces in Magic, in the whole game. Definitely one of the best pieces in Alpha, but probably in the whole game. Just look at that artwork, folks. Look at that eye with the Cyclops in the middle, Mummy in the middle, and you got the red on the sides. And the artwork's by Anson Maddox, original OG Magic artist. He was considered, when I was playing originally, back in the day, he was considered by most of my friends as the best artist in the game, who was around back then. And his pieces, he did Holy Minotaur, he did Cyclopean Tomb. I mean, his pieces are really good, and Cyclopean Tomb is just exceptional. That artwork is exceptional, folks. So good job, Anson. This is amazing here. This artwork here. So let's get a good look. So Cyclopean Tomb, 4 casting cost. We'll talk about that in a second. 4 casting cost Cyclopean Tomb. Mono artifact. You can pay 2 mana. Turn any 1 non-swamp land into a swamp during your upkeep. Mark the changed lands with tokens. If Cyclopean Tomb is destroyed, remove 1 token of your choice each upkeep, returning that land to its original nature. Now, folks, this is a mono artifact. A mono artifact means that it taps to use. So don't be confused and think you can go and turn all your opponent's lands into swamps in 1 turn. That's not the way it works. It's kind of like Icy Manipulator. You can't feed a bunch of mana into it and tap a bunch of stuff. You gotta do once per turn. You gotta tap to use it. So, folks, Cyclopean Tomb right here, mono artifact, and like I said, the effect here is not so game breaking, and it never has been. People might throw this in their commander deck for fun. They might you might see some fun decks with it. Haha, I turned all your land into swamps. But really, it's not a strategy that breaks the game, and it's not really a strategy you can build around, like turning your opponent's land into swamps. It's just not that good. I mean, you can make some funny decks like Karma, Cyclopean Tomb. That was the funny combo back in the day. Like I'm gonna turn all your land into swamps and you're gonna take damage. Haha. But that's that's kind of a fun, goofy kind of combo. It's not really a combo that's gonna win tournaments or anything, and it never did win tournaments. So overall, folks, Cyclopean Tomb, this is a piece of Magic history right here, and it's a great card. So Cynthia, I hope you enjoy this request. Now, let me talk about something else here. You might notice that I have 3 Cyclopean Tombs in my hand, and 2 of them, as you notice, have no casting cost. And that's because from the Alpha printing, there was a mistake, and the Alpha Cyclopean Tomb actually has no casting cost. I would say that the Alpha Cyclopean Tomb in particular is definitely a somewhat iconic card, just because it has no casting cost. I don't know what folks did. When Alpha came out, maybe they thought Cyclopean Tomb cost 0 or you can't cast it or something. I don't know. I don't know what folks did, but definitely that's a big mistake with Alpha printing, and because of this, I think that definitely the price of the Alpha Cyclopean Tomb is a bit higher than some of the other cards of this set. Like, for example, we look at other cards like, I don't know, what are some other artifacts that aren't so great? Maybe like Clockwork Beast, for example. Cyclopean Tomb is probably worth, Alpha Cyclopean Tomb might be worth double Alpha Clockwork Beast just because of this notable misprint. And you know what I have to say? I think that the Alpha Cyclopean Tomb at this point, I think it's underpriced. I'm a big buyer right now of Alpha Cyclopean Tombs. I think that the lightly played ones should be worth over $1,000. So I think they should at least double. Near mint ones maybe 2-3K. I think those are going to definitely be a card to buy in the future because it's just that Alpha, no casting cost. It's just a somewhat iconic card, and I think these are undervalued. Now, as far as the betas go, beta might be a couple hundred or less. I think I wouldn't buy the betas at this point. I'd focus on the alphas. Alpha, it's the misprint, it's the original. Go for the alpha tombs, not the betas. The beta, I mean, forecasting costs. So at least you can cast it, right? The alphas you can't even cast. So, folks, so I hope you got a good feeling about this Cyclopean Tomb, Cynthia. Hope you got what you asked for. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this reserved list special request, because reserved list special request is for you. And whether you own a Cyclopean Tomb or not, today on reserved list special request, you got to enjoy Cyclopean Tomb. So, folks, I hope you're happy and thankful for the reserve list with Thanksgiving coming up, because reserve list is amazing. TommyTopdecker's reserve list special request is also amazing. It's been Tommy Topdecker. It's been a pleasure, folks. I'm out.